Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my channel. So this morning I'm going to go ahead and do a quick look using the Huda Beauty Topaz Obsessions palette, and that's the orange one. And this is what it looks like inside. And today I'm going to use these bottom three colors here. So this one, and this one. All right. So I'm going to start the way I always do by priming my eyes. I'm going to use the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer. Just taking this little cosmetic wedge, and I'm going to go ahead and work that into my lid. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and use this LA Girl Pro Conceal in the color Fawn. I'm going to put this on my lid as well. This is just to even out the color of my lid. Sorry about that if you can hear it, it's the garbage truck outside. Okay. Alright, so that's worked into my lid, and then next I'm going to go ahead and do my brows. So for my brows I keep it pretty simple. Oops. So I'm just going to use this spoolie that's on the end of this ColourPop brow pencil that I don't use to comb up the hairs a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead with this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Gel. Okay. Sorry you guys, I still have this cold. And then next I'm going to use this brow pencil from MAC in the color Spiked, just to fill in a few of the places where my brows are really sparse. Okay, that's good. And So next I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes. I'm going to start off with this fluffy brush. Sorry guys, I'm probably going to be coughing the whole video. And I'm going to go in with that color right there at the bottom. And I'm only going to tap my brush into the color because it's pretty saturated. I don't want to go overboard. I'm going to take that and set it just below the crease at the top of my lid. This is one of those colors where you want to kind of start off slow because it is so saturated, and you can always build it up. I find that a lot of the Huda Beauty colors for her shadows are pretty easy to blend. Okay, so that looks like it's blended pretty well. And then the next color I'm going to use is that, let's see, that dark color on the outside, this one. And again, because it's super saturated, I really am only going to tap my brush into the color. I'm taking that just to the outside of the corner. This is one of those colors that really can take over quickly, so I'm trying to be careful with it. I'm just kind of giving my eye some shape. So I'm taking the color and I'm using kind of a V. And then what I'll do is I'll extend that V to my bottom lash line as well, which we'll do in just a little bit. That really helps to shape the eye, and it really helps to designate where you want the colors to land, because what I'm really looking for is like shade and light. So the shade is at the outer corner of my eye, and then the light is at the inner corner. So you get that kind of gradient effect where as you are looking at the eye and you're going further out, it's getting darker, and vice versa. As you're looking from the outer corner to the inner corner, it's getting lighter. And whenever I'm doing my makeup, I always think that, you know, ultimately the blending of my eyeshadow is what takes the most time. But I think it's worth it to just go ahead and blend it as much as you can, because you really want the colors to marry, and you don't really want to see like any harsh lines. Okay, so I think that's good. I can always drop in a little more color later. So if you notice, I really am not going any further than the outer third of my lid with this darker color, because I don't want to close my eye off. And then for the rest of my lid, I'm going to use this flat brush. It's kind of fluffy, and I'm going to use this color right here. And it's going to give a nice foiled effect. I'm not going to spray my brush or anything. I'm just going to let the color do what it do. And this foiled color I'm using for the other 2/3 of my lid and bringing it right into the inner corner. And I'm not doing a swiping motion, I'm doing a patting motion. And I'm just patting this color on. To get the fullest effect, you could wet your brush with a mixing medium. So for example, Fix Plus or another kind of setting spray or primer spray. But I don't really find that to be necessary with this color because it's already quite brilliant. But if you're going for a more striking look or something more garish, you could do it that way. And this color I'm taking right up underneath the brow bone. I'm not going to take it any further up though, because I really do want to have a point where the color stops and that original orange transition color just kind of fades away into the rest of my lid. Alright, so now I'm going to wipe away any fallout. As you know, my face is already primed and moist. Well, not primed, but it's already like clean and moisturized. I'm not going to put a primer on because I've found that the foundation I'm using lately really doesn't need a primer. And the primer just kind of takes away from the effect of what the foundation can do. I'm gonna grab a clean, fluffy brush and just do a little more blending up here. Okay. Now, I'm going to take a little bit of this Smashbox primer water because I've been sitting here for a while and I want to make sure my face is still a little bit moist or a little bit dewy when I put this foundation on. So the foundation I'm going to use is the Shiseido Synchro Skin Self-Refreshing Foundation, and the color that I'm wearing right now is 510 Suede, which is a little bit dark for me for the winter, but it's fine, I'll make it work. I'm actually going to grab a flat, stiff brush really quick and do a little bit of color correcting. My eyes are really dark right now. I mean, it's hereditary to have dark circles underneath, but they're especially dark right now because I'm fighting this cold and I'm not getting much rest. So I want to do just a little bit of color correcting underneath my eyes. Morning. Say hi to YouTube. They said hi back. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, I had to fiddle with my computer for a minute. I was trying to restart. Alright, so that's good enough for that. And then I'm just going to take the same cosmetic wedge I used earlier. If you've seen my videos and you know I prefer to use like a little disposable wedge, I am actively looking for one that's better for the environment, but for now, this is what I'm using. And then typically with this foundation, I don't really use more than like 1 or 2 pumps. You can build up this foundation. I think it's more of a light to medium coverage. But I do like to show my skin underneath. So really I'm using the foundation to more balance out the color and tone of my skin than anything. I don't mind showing my flaws. I think it looks better on me to have a more natural look. Although sometimes I do like to glam it up and really wear a nice cake face, but that's very seldom. And since I am getting ready for work, I really don't want to do all that. Okay. So that's the foundation, and then what I'll do is go ahead and set that. I'm going to use this Rimmel Instamatte Fix powder. I know it's really white in the container, but when I put it on my skin, it's fine. It doesn't show up that way. Okay, and then, oh, almost dropped that. So before I get going with the mascara, I'm just gonna pop back in with this little brush that I was using for that dark outer corner color. And I'm gonna tap a little bit of that color onto the end of it and go underneath. And this is what I meant by like pulling the color into the bottom line. And it gives kind of a nice tied-in effect when you do that. You get that sort of like glowy outer corner look. What do you call that? Glowy outer corner look. Man, it's early, you guys. I'm just over here making up stuff. No, but seriously, I prefer to do it this way, to pull that color into the bottom line, because it just ties like the top and bottom together. And I think that it looks a little more professional. And then if you really want to get all up in there, what you could do is go back in with that same transition color that you used on top and pop some of that in the bottom as well. So I'll do that with a flat brush, just a little bit, just to kind of tie the colors in together. And then that way the line that you used with the darker color at the bottom is not as harsh. It's warmed up a little bit. Okay. So that's going to be it for the shadow. I'm going to go ahead and use this setting spray from L'Oreal. It's the Infallible setting spray. I think this might have been like a holiday kit version, but that's what I'll use. And then after that, I'll put on my mascara. I'm not wearing any blush today because I feel like the color on my lid is like really overpowering. So I think that would be a bit much for me anyways. But you could definitely throw a blush on with this look. You can pick something that has that same kind of warm, orangey undertone and just put it on. It's like a subtle color. Alright. Let's put some mascara on. I always have this one eyelash that's just completely unruly, always trying to run off and do whatever. The other eyelashes are like, girl, you better get in line. And she's like, I got stuff to do. And they're like, all right, she's coming for you with the mascara. Every time. All right, and then last but not least, let's throw on a little bit of gloss. How about this gloss? Excuse me, it's the Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss. Excuse me. It's the Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss by Milani, and this is in the number 3 Luminous. Okay, that's it, you guys. I hope that you like this video. I hope that you like this look. Give this little palette a try. I like it a lot. I think it's fun to use. I think it's easy to use. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care.